GOP freshman Congressman Vance McAllister has been a very naughty boy recently. He is a family values Republican. That's how he ran for his first and only election, became a congressman, and now a video has been leaked. We don't know the source of it yet, but it was given to a Louisiana newspaper. Watch this video and bear in mind the woman in the video is not his wife.
And also bear in mind, if I can interrupt, John, the congressman that you're watching also ran as a religious man, a family values Louisianan, just like his Senator David Vitter is. So
exactly, bear that in mind. She was a staff member for the congressman. Yeah. They had known each other for at least a little while. Now, he has admitted to it, admitted that he was kissing this woman. Now, bear in mind, as you said, religious man, family values, conservative. He has been married for a number of years, 16 years. I believe he has 5 children. No. And the woman, the staffer that he was kissing there, also married. And in fact, her husband...
With a 6-year-old, yeah.
Exactly. And her husband knew the congressman, obviously feels quite betrayed. What's your immediate reaction?
It looks like they also donated to his campaign, the husband and the wife. Ooh. We're big donors, so gosh. That's a nice thank you, isn't it?
Can I just say it's incredibly refreshing to have a Republican sex scandal that's not gay. Doesn't this feel like it's nice?
Although Louisiana,
they're always doing the gay stuff in the bathroom, and finally,
Louisiana is used to the straight stuff, though. David Vitter and his whores.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
And his diaper Dave. And so yes, well, I agree. It's true. It's always a good change of pace when you get something like this out of a Republican instead of the same old gay.
The same old airport thing.
Just regular run-of-the-mill
rent boys and all of that stuff.
And now the husband is saying that the congressman ruined his family. They're getting divorced, that everything he did, even though it was just a kiss, he's saying it was just a kiss.
Well, actually, why don't we jump to, this is Heath Peacock, husband of Melissa Peacock. He said, he has wrecked my life, we're headed for divorce. He goes on to say, it was just a kiss, that's all it was, but it embarrassed me and my family. This guy has turned my life upside down. I feel bad for the guy, but probably is not just a kiss, as we were alluding to during the video. It didn't look like a first kiss based on my experience. There wasn't like 30 seconds of awkwardness and then a lot of apologizing afterward. So it seems like they kissed each other
Is there video of that?
I'm sure we'll try to track some down.
Okay, all right.
And then also, so we're going to get to his apologies shortly, but Heath Peacock says he's apologized to everyone in the world except me. And that's not surprising because, of course, the congressman is going to want to do what politicians who are caught in these sorts of situations always do. Apologize in very vague terms without sort of humanizing it by addressing the fact that he was ruining this person's marriage.
He's a home wrecker, and he's not going to apologize for wrecking their home.
And technically she is as well.
Well, that's true. It takes 2 to do that. But what I thought was really surprising about this is that she was fired. The congressman gets to continue, and he's going to run for re-election.
Yeah, he says he's not resigning.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a formula we've seen many times before. So it comes out that he did it. He can't avoid it. It seems like there was some notice given to him and possibly to her before they released the tape. And so he's not even trying to deny it. He's saying that he's doing it. But he also is very carefully watching how much public and local outcry there is. And it seems like maybe not enough people care about it, then why not try to keep your job? The congressman who was found with cocaine and all that was doing the same thing. But if people get really pissed off about it, especially if people in his party start abandoning him, it's possible that those strong words today will turn into a concession speech tomorrow.
The congressman with cocaine, Trey Radel, he left. He said,
But originally he said he wasn't going to.
Because that's the first thing they say is, I'm sorry to everybody, my constituents, of course, my Lord, my God in this case, because he is a Southern Baptist. He's a very devout Christian man, as you can tell. And so, again, though, I mean, the hypocrisy is fantastic. I mean, I just love the hypocrisy, and it just continues. The religious Southern religious right is always and it's always in Louisiana too. Louisiana is great at this. And listen, I mean, it's not that the Democrats' hands are clean all the time, but it always seems to be the hypocrisy that gets me, because the Democrats aren't out there talking about this family value garbage.
Yeah, they're not hitting him back on that. And obviously, you know, it worked for David Vitter. You know, he just came out and apologized to his constituents and to his family and for disappointing everybody, but he's still in office and he won re-election. So either it's something about Louisiana or it's something about the media that doesn't actually pursue, the media and the Democrats don't pursue when they have the opportunity.
It's something about Democrats in Louisiana as well, too, is that there isn't a pool from them to pull from to run against the likes of David Vitter. I mean, there's just that's the problem. Mary Landers and the Landers family, the only real statewide, maybe now that Edwin Edwards is out of jail and making a comeback, but the only statewide Democrats with any kind of
And they're not
muscle.
saying anything.
And they're not, of course they're not saying anything.
Doesn't this also show how stupid voting for someone because of family values is? That term is so idiotic. It sounds like 15 years old already. The idea that in 2014 you would vote for someone on family values, which really just means anti-gay. Does it mean, what else does it mean really at this point, that you're, or anti-gay and
Christian,
anti-abortion?
Anti-divorce, Christ.
Big on Christ.
Big on Christ.
Supposedly loyal and family oriented.
Yeah.
That doesn't usually. I mean, he did have the kids, so he's got that going for him, I suppose. Right. And I think I'll only speak for myself. I think Cenk would probably agree, but I'll only speak for myself. I don't really care, I guess, if politicians are cheating. I would prefer a politician who doesn't, because I think that it does say something about your character. But I don't think that you should automatically lose your position because you're cheating or something like that. But it is, as Michael said, it's the hypocrisy. It's that. Everything in society is benefiting people who say that they fit this Christian heterosexual mold. They get so much advantage out of it. And it's not just that they say that they're awesome for being that way, but they say that the others, say atheists or people who get abortions, that they're horrible.
Yeah.
And if you're going to perpetuate that sort of thing, then you bet your ass we're going to attack you when you show how hypocritical you are.
And I think this guy is seriously hypocritical. I mean, now granted, the husband that's involved in this, he's got an axe to grind here, but he did say, in quote, I know his beliefs. When he ran one of his commercials, he said, I need your prayers. So I asked him, when did you get religious? And he said, when I needed the votes. So I don't think this guy really has much more than just lip service to this, and he's really just apologizing for getting caught.
I think we've gotten enough lip service out of him. But so let's at least give his apology its time in the sun, I guess. He says, trust is something I know has to be earned, whether you're a husband, a father, or a congressman. I promise to do everything I can to earn back the trust of everyone I've disappointed. From day one, I've always tried to be an honest man. I ran for Congress to make a difference and not to just be another politician. I don't want to make a political statement on this. I would just simply like to say that I'm very sorry for what I've done. Unless there is an outcry for me not to serve, and so far there has been an outpouring of support, not for my actions, but for me to continue to represent the people.
What a douchebag.
Yeah, he's not even a one-term congressman.
Yeah.
If this was like a 10-term congressman, we'd still be talking about it and rolling our eyes. But there's not this sort of he doesn't have a constituency. I mean, he just got there.
Right, there's an outpouring of support for me. I was caught cheating. There's an outpouring of support for me. For me, because it's all nonsense.
Well, didn't they cheer when Vitter came back? They clapped
his
ovation,
people,
right?
his people did.
Exactly,
the diaper people were thrilled.
I mean, it's better that you do this.
Yeah.
And what they always have, the hypocrites, is this ability to then go to God for forgiveness, and nobody's there checking that, so they can say, "Yeah, I was forgiven. My Lord forgave me, and now the people will." And of course, all the people who worship that Lord are going to say, "Well, God did. I guess I have to."
Who do us godless people go to for forgiveness?
And that's the problem.
We don't have anybody.
No, we have nobody.
Heathen.
I go to you, Desi.
I absolve all of you.
All right, excellent.
It is possible that the Democrats will try to make something out of this. We've got one example of that, at least. Jared Jackson was able to track down Representative Jackie Spear, a Democrat of California, talking about this as an example of sort of, I guess, the sort of culture of machismo, I suppose, that's going on in the House of Representatives, and the frat culture that's developed there. So let's listen to her.
And it's apparent that we also need to spend some time talking about sexual harassment in this chamber. This is the Congress of the United States of America. This is the House of Representatives of the United States of America. This is not a frat house. Regrettably this week, another one of our colleagues was discovered engaged in inappropriate action with one of his staff. This is not the first time. It will probably not be the last time. It happens on the Republican side. It happens on the Democratic side. That doesn't make it okay. It is time for us to recognize that we have a problem. It is not okay to fondle a staff member. It is not okay to make suggestive comments to a staff member. It is not okay to have provocative pictures on your computer. It is just not okay to conduct ourselves in that manner.
What a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
They're just trying to have a good time, and she's just blowing it. I like it how
Buzz
she said...
Killington.
Blown,
like-
you go right for blown. That was it. They're having a good time,
sexual
and she's just
harassment.
blowing. That's what you just said.
But it's not really sexual harassment.
No,
I mean, let's
yeah.
be clear that this was actually something that was clearly consensual.
But is
So-
it,
Yeah.
is it though? I don't know what the legal definition is, but I think if you're a man or a woman, if you're the one in power and
Yes.
you're instigating it, isn't it by definition harassment still? Even if she's willing, because you don't know
Because
really.
there's a subservience.
Well, you have to-
exactly.
He is in a more powerful position, but also it's much harder to prove that if you're talking about something in litigation. You have to actually have some kind of evidence to show that you were told that you were going to lose your job, or you had the reason to believe that you were going to lose your job for it to be considered legally chargeable. And but that's not, I think, what's going on here. It doesn't look like.
No,
it. She
I think,
hasn't claimed it as
and
far
I
as
think
can
that there's just this. It's the power run amok is what she's referring to here,
Yeah.
and people taking advantage of situations.
Exactly.
and,
abuse of power.
you know, but I mean, it is the House of Representatives that represents how the rest of the country is in a way too. So it's not, you know, it's there, but they are a little, then should be a little holier than thou in that regard.
And what a dumbass! Doesn't he know that he's got cameras throughout
but
his
that's
offices?
the thing. Yeah, the whole idea that this tape got out is fantastic.
That he really
Nobody's
thought he'd
talking
get away
about
with
that.
this
You know?
too, yeah.
Well, that he thought he'd get away with it, but where'd the tape come from?
Well,
Like,
they're trying to find out who the anonymous source was. So somebody was taking videotape of like a bank of monitors, like surveillance monitors, and we don't know who it was. Maybe someone snuck in from the other part. I mean, I don't know what they could have expected to find, but it could just be maybe the husband, I don't know, another staffer who felt slighted in some way. We may never know.
Doesn't it just scare you that these are the people in charge of things, though? You know what I mean? Like, as you said before, think about it. He could have been getting blackmailed because of this. You know what I mean? Like, if she would have, like, so that's why it's not just about cheating, really, but she then could have turned that against him and had him do other things.
Right, but they're
So
human.
there's so many
They're
layers.
human. What the things that piss me off is representing themselves as something that they're not. You know, I mean,
And passing laws and, you know,
and that
other
most I
policies
still
that are-
believe that most people that work there are good people with good intentions. You know, in the sort of in the hokey way. But the whole notion that that what you said can happen, and it's like at the turn of a flip of a dime or whatever, that they absolutely could change that, and they could have influence because of this.